We're back, baby. Zenescope, San Diego Comic-Con 2024. I Googled it, 135,000 people here. No joke. We're talking to artists, we're talking to cosplayers, we're talking to writers, we're talking to Ralph Tedesco, maybe? Who knows? We'll see if he makes a comeback from last year. Let's get in there. Let's see what's going on. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's go. So, Dylan, obviously, this was a book before it was the movie.
Yes.
So, have you ever been in something that was adapted before?
I actually haven't. So when I got cast, I immediately found the source material and bought it and ran through it. And I was like, oh, wow, this is a really cool story. It's, really in-depth characters, just a great time. And I was really excited to be a part of it. But I really wanted to make sure that I was, familiar with the book first so that I didn't kind of walk in blind, just being like, meh.
That's like if Daniel Radcliffe didn't read Harry Potter, you know? Are you generally into horror?
I didn't used to be, but then weirdly a friend was like, hey, have you ever seen Child's Play? And I was like, that sounds really weird. And I watched it, and that was what got me into horror. Chucky got me into horror, and I love that little guy.
The first episode, our pilot, is done. It's filmed. I don't think it's edited fully yet. Have you seen any of it?
I've seen the trailer, and what they've done with it I think is amazing, making it kind of seem very kind of old-fashioned, a little bit kind of 80s as well, which I think is really cool because you would think of this story and you'd think of it as being kind of like an 80s tale, but then brought into modern times, so it kind of drifts that line, which is really cool, I actually think.
What do you have to tell Zenescope fans? Like, what can they expect from this series?
I think you can expect horror, you can expect drama, and you will be on the edge of your seat no matter what.
Hey, I'm Dakota Rain. I play Janie in A Killer Hook.
Have you always been a horror fan? Is this your first time dipping your toes into horror acting?
This is definitely not my first time doing horror acting. My first horror film was when I was 12 years old, actually, and it's kind of the only genre I've been doing, but I'm not good at watching horror. I love listening to murder podcasts, I love watching murder documentaries, but too scared of horror films because it feels more real to me, so yeah.
How about watching yourself in horror?
I can handle that. I mean, when I was 13, I definitely couldn't handle watching that film. I was too scared, but I definitely could handle watching myself in this.
Rate your horror scream.
I've been told I have a fantastic horror scream. I definitely lost my voice the next day, so I'm gonna say 13 out of 10.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Everybody's very excited to see the pilot. We're all very proud of you and happy that you're here. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're back. With the one and only
Carla Cohen here for you.
She always trying to steal my mic time. Carla, what's your favorite part about working with Zenescope?
Freedom. No. I enjoy the characters, and most of it that we're doing different version that allows me freedom in the way that there is a lingerie version, and I always wanted to be a fashion designer, so I'm adding my little touch there. And like when you dress your Barbie when you're a kid, I feel like that with the character right now. So doing the lingerie version, the costume version, and then that's not my good profile actually.
Okay, we're gonna just switch it up. Okay, we're back.
And so I like the character, and I would say my way of interpreting them.
Okay. So, is there anybody in the industry on your level that you look up to, or that you get inspired by?
Oh yeah, of course. So there's so many talented artists. So I would say first Olivia de Bernarandis. She's a pin-up master, and I'm definitely inspired by her, especially for these characters. Sorry, he's telling some crazy stuff, and
there might be a fire.
Is there a fire? Okay, something fell over my head again. Okay, We're good. I would say, well, Boris Vallejo, Julie Bell, Frank Frazetta. I love also Natalie Sanders lately. I mean, they're...
Your husband.
Well, my husband, for me, he's the top. I mean, it's not that I'm inspired by him. I took everything from him. Like he basically, he was my teacher. So for me, I'm his number one fan. So it's not that I'm inspired by him. It's like I'm his little.
His prodigy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're from France. Where in France?
I'm from Paris.
You're from Paris? Okay. I can tell. Just kidding. I'm kidding. And then you guys live in Italy, right?
Yeah, we live partially in Italy and partially in Spain right now.
Okay.
So, and partially in US because we're attending a lot of shows. So, I'm basically living in my little suitcase for this year. So, yeah.
So, in Europe, is there a strong presence like this with comic books and these sort of events?
Oh, no. I mean, this doesn't exist. Definitely not.
Really, at all?
At all, I would say, because yes, there is some few Comic Cons in Europe. They're pretty huge, but for Europe. So, I mean, you will never find something like crazy as San Diego or as New York.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite movie?
Then we spoke about Barbie just right before, but I don't like Barbie that much. So my favorite movie, I would say, okay, I'm gonna be super stereotype. Titanic.
Titanic. You like tragedy?
Yeah, I love so much.
So
I'm a drama.
we know. What's the name of your sad playlist?
Sad. Oh no.
It's just called sad.
No, it's sad.
Triste.
No. It's sad and slow, and it's actually a name of a song that I hear.
Okay.
So I name the playlist the name of the song, so it's easy to find.
Okay. So, because you like Titanic, do you listen to a lot of Celine Dion?
Oh yes, of course. And she will be singing at the Olympic Games now in Paris, I guess.
Oh, are you going?
No, I'm here.
Well,
I don't have the power to be on the two different places so far as I know, so no.
as a Parisian,
Yeah.
would you swim in the river?
I wouldn't. I'm sorry for those who will have to, but I wouldn't.
It's actually crazy that they have to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Like, even if they test, I think they test like fake tests. And no. Oh, I'm gonna be super controversial now. Oh my god, no. Action.
What's your favorite comic book?
Oh my god.
She doesn't like this question.
I don't like. I mean, I like comic books. Wait, there is a ton of comic books right here.
You could also just turn around
oh, yeah.
or name any of the ones.
Okay, I like, of course, Green Tales and this new.
Season 1.
Yeah, season 1. And no, I think the classic, I would say.
Yeah, that's a great comic book. I love the classic.
Okay, my favorite character is Harley Quinn, so I'm just gonna go for Harley Quinn, and that's it. I like Harley; she's as crazy as I am, so I think I identify a bit.
This has been Carla Cohen. Again, thank you. What do you have to say to your fans?
Thank you, fans.
So we are joined at the booth by Mr. Pat Shand. Pat, how you doing?
Doing well. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Con's going good so far?
Yeah, last day, this con is one of my favorites. I used to live here, born in New York, moved here for a few years, moved back to New York, but this place has my heart, so always happy to come here.
So when did you start first working with Zenescope?
All right, so it's 2011. My first year in comics actually ever. I had written for IDW, just a short Angel comic, and I was looking to turn that first gig into a career. So I hit Ralph Tedesco up just a cold email saying, hey, here's some samples of my work. I would love to write for you. I was thinking Charmed would be a good fit because of Angel, the CW-WB show connection. And he gave me a gig that day. And then that progressed, and a year later, I was made into an exclusive staff writer, where I was writing for them for 4 years straight.
So you had been a fan of Zenescope, you had heard of us before you started working with us?
Oh yeah, I was aware of the Charmed comics. As a bookstore salesman, I was at Borders and some indie bookstores. I would always see these Zenescope books there. And you know what, I also noticed no other comic company had work in Spencer's. Zenescope was in Spencer's. So that was pretty cool. That's always stood out,
Yeah, so we do have some examples of Pat's work here. You want to tell us about those?
Oh, yeah, sure. These are actually two of my earliest gigs for Zenescope. Robin Hood. This was a series that I was on for 39 issues. This is the first volume of the Robin Hood trilogy. The first 15 issues are all in this trilogy, and then I did an ongoing 4-volume series. She's a great character. I was dedicated to her story for most of my time at Zenescope. That series spans my time as staff writer. Godstorm, this came about around the same time as Robin Hood. They both dropped in October 2012. So them being here in general, 12 years later, is amazing. But Godstorm, this is sort of like a modern take on Greek gods. And it's super fun action, sort of like The Wire meets Dragon Ball Z. Very action focused. And yeah, it's fun to see. Years later, I still do freelance work for hire for Zenescope, and all these characters you still see pop up. Robin Hood has her own series. I'm still writing Van Helsing for you guys, and just seeing the legacy of these characters that Ralph, Joe, and Raven Gregory and I wrote over the years. Seeing other writers take them, seeing Joe still writing these, Dave Franchini now, Dave Wall, it's a beautiful thing.
Can you tell us about the challenges of intercepting a new character that somebody else has created?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. So I'm a big researcher as far as that goes. So I'll tell you this. When I first got the Zenescope gig, the first ever Grimm Universe gig, it was the Grimm Fairy Tales Holiday Special 2011. So at that point, I believe they were about maybe 7 or so volumes deep of the trades of Grimm Fairy Tales. So I asked Ralph, I was like, hey, give me everything. Give me everything in this universe. It is a short story that isn't collected, give me that too. I want to know everything, character speech patterns, mythology. I want to make sure that nothing that I write ever goes against what's established and only adds on the backbone of what they built.
Do you have a favorite project that you've worked on with us?
Yeah, sure. It's a toss-up, Robin Hood for sure. It was my primary work in not only just Zenescope, but my career, because I was exclusive here, So for 40 years, I was very dedicated to Robin Hood. But Van Helsing, still, it's a character that I go back to all the time now, I've since, I believe, 2021, I went back on her book after a few years of a break. And it's been great revisiting her and seeing what she's up to now and helping Franchini and Wool really tell her story in this new collaborative way that the three of us do together. And I'll add one more. I'll just stretch it out a little bit. I'll add one more. Grimm Fairy Tales, after issue 100, Joe Brusha crafted an event called Age of Darkness, and he took those characters off into this Realm War event. While he did that, I wrote Grimm 101 through 125. And to have a 25-issue run on a title that has as much legacy as Grimm Fairy Tales. I was just talking to Franchini. There's not many comics that can do what they've done. They hit 125, rebooted, and they'll soon hit 100 a second time. That's amazing. So on my end, writing that many issues in a row, a consecutive run on that title was a blessing for me.
Can you give us a few things that you like about working with Zenescope?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, you can see here, if you're at the booth and you interact with the people here, as soon as you start to do it, you'll notice everyone here is family, friends. This is a very family-focused business. So when Ralph brought me on, I felt like I became part of this family. I've known Ralph and Joe for years now, love them, and this kind of thing is rare in comics. Normally, as a writer, I am at my desk, in my office, alone, working all day doing that. With Zenescope, I would be invited down to the office. There's all these VIP events. You know, you get to have FaceTime with the people that you're writing with. They do writers' room styles. So in my work, I have my own company now called Space Between Entertainments. We do writers' rooms as well. I've based so much of the family aspect of what I do based on what Ralph and Joe have built. So that is by far the most unique thing about Zenescope, and not only just in comics, but in publishing, period.
What can you say to folks that are watching who maybe aren't super familiar with us?
Read them. I mean, they're great. You know, each story has its own vibe. Robin Hood is a very singular vibe compared to Godstorm. Very different books, but they exist in the same universe. So with like superhero stories, that can happen for sure, but there are some readers that, you know, get tired of the superhero genre where it's set up in this sort of action-focused, you know, it's a genre. The Grimm universe, there's multiple genres within the entire universe. As an indie publisher, that's amazing. So if you read Robin Hood, Godstorm, all these titles, I mean, Grimm Fairy Tales itself, it went from a horror anthology to high fantasy to a prison horror, and now it's like a sort of more grounded modern urban fantasy. That's incredible. There's a lot of variety here. So if you're interested in any type of story, there's something here for you.
This has been Pat Shan. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, everybody, we are here with...
McCunny.
My name's Louis.
All right, tell us about your company.
So we are Songbird Ocarina. We build ocarinas out of ceramics up in LA. We're based just in East LA. We are out here all day making ocarinas, making them sound good, playing for everyone. That's what we do.
Is there any sort of exact definition for what an ocarina is?
Yes, so it is a closed chamber flute. It works in the same properties as far as making sound as a recorder, but it's different in that there is no opening hole that a recorder has. It's just one chamber. It's kind of how a bottle works when you blow over the top of a bottle. Similar mechanics as that. But yeah, an ocarina is just a closed chamber flute.
What made you guys go in this direction instead of, you know, artwork or comic books, things like that?
So something that popularized ocarinas in the more popular culture is the video game Legend of Zelda. There is the game Ocarina of Time, where one of the core functions in the video game is to change the environment around you by playing this magic ocarina. So here we have an example. This is our 12-hole Ocarina of Time that is based off of the model in the video game. And this is what has gotten the Comic-Con culture to really accept the ocarina and have an interest in it. So many people will hear us playing and be like, I know that tune, and hear us playing and run from halfway across the con to get here, because they just hear this nostalgic sound from their childhood, from this video game that came out how many years ago?
1998.
1998. That's when that game was first released. So.
Very cool. Is that your most popular one, would you say?
This is definitely our most popular one. We send out, definitely the most of these every week from our shop. And then here at the con as well, we're sending out these, as well as the actual replica from the video game. We've made it into a functioning instrument, even though it looks exactly like the one from the video game. So these are definitely our most popular sellers while we're here.
Everybody, we are here with David Nakayama. David, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. Yep. You might know me from such covers as Zenescope, Marvel, DC.
So how's your Comic-Con going so far?
It's been great. Surprisingly busy. I thought Wednesday would be like a slow, weekday, not many people here. Nope, everyone was here.
Yeah, last night was honestly crazy. There was so many people. I had low expectations for that. What's your favorite part of Comic-Con San Diego?
Just meeting people. Just as an artist, you're in a corner of a quiet room, heads down for days at a time. And then every once in a while, you get to go meet actual human beings in public, and they're really nice, and they like your work, and I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. Do you have fans that come back every year that you're just like, yo, what's up?
We do, yeah. To be honest, I can't remember names that well, but I definitely remember faces. Yeah. And so if I see someone I know I've met before, I'll say, good to see you again. And then at least they know that I know who they are, even if I can't remember the name.
That's the good stock answer. How was your experience with Zenescope characters?
Had a great time doing covers with Zenescope. I think at one point it was like 60 covers that we've done together, and it was really important, especially at that time in my career, getting my work out there and learning how to draw, the kind of pinups that people want to buy. Zenescope is the best in the game for that kind of stuff, and I really enjoyed drawing them for sure.
Do you have any recollection of when about you were working with Zenescope a lot?
What year?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not the numbers guy. I'm the art guy, so I cannot remember. But I've been doing professional work since like the mid 2000s, and I want to say maybe in the 2010s we were doing most of our work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had you heard of Zenescope before then?
Absolutely. Like when you're a young artist, you're looking at all the great companies out there, the bigger companies, try to get some work, and Zenescope was absolutely on the list. Wanted to work for them right from the beginning.
So what's your favorite project that you worked on with Zenescope?
Good question. I was lucky to have been there very close to the beginning. I think my first cover was like a reprint of Grimm Fairy Tales 2, way back, like right at the beginning. So that was special to me. One of my first printed covers, if I remember correctly. And then the ones at toward the end of our run was I did a Dorothy Oz cover and a Mystery. I don't know how to pronounce. Thank you. One of those. Oh gosh, there were so many good ones. But yeah, I guess it was sort of like the Grimm Fairy Tales in the beginning, and then some of the newer characters more recently.
Yeah, so you were obviously there earlier, so you got there before a lot of other adaptations of those characters. So
that's true. Yeah, no, I mean, Zenescope was right out in front at taking well-known, fairy tale characters and remixing them in a fun and modern way. The fact that they're still around, still killing it, proves how well they've done it.
You heard it here first. All right, David, thank you so much. You're wonderful. Great work.
Good talking with you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
We're here with Drax Gal. He's hanging out at our booth. He's signing stuff. He's drawing. Let me say a couple of things about Drax Gal. He's the man. No joke. He hangs out with us all the time. He goes out with us. He's here. He has a smile on his face all the time. Brings us coffee, brings water, he brings snacks, handing out gummies all the time. He's the best.
I brought gummies today, though.
Well, every other day he's brought gummies, I swear. So how you doing today?
Everything good. It's been a great show. It's been a nice. It's been a great experience.
Yeah.
It's my first time at San Diego Comic Con, so yeah.
So this is your first time hanging out at Zenescope, like our booth, right?
Yeah, this is my first time meeting you guys. These guys are crazy. Like.
Yeah, a lot of us have never met him in person, so it's really cool to have him here.
It's crazy to finally be able to see Zenescope, the behind the scenes of Zenescope and everything. And you guys are so nice, and I don't know, it's great to hang out inside the booth, and partying after the Comic Con. It's been crazy. I have a blast.
You're from Mexico, right?
I'm from Mexico, yes.
Mexico City.
Mexico.
Is there any sort of comic culture there?
It's weird. In Mexico City, the distribution of comic books, it doesn't really, it kind of exists, but it's small. Like the company that used to have those, the big IPs and everything, they didn't have a big distribution about it, right? So when I was growing up, it was hard to be able to keep up with the stories, like I have always liked the big two, some of their stuff. but I have always liked the indie stuff too. So it was hard to be able to find the next chapter of the story, and follow it. But I had the fortune that my mother started working with a producer company, but they have a branch on magazines and stuff like that, and they were the ones that distribute the comic books, right? So I had the fortune that my mother always came once a month with a box full of comic books, and gave it to my brothers and I. So
that was your first exposure to kind of what you do now, and it just grew from there.
Yeah, it basically that. Like my father used to, he loved Superman, right? So every time my mother came with the boxes full of comic books, my dad was the one who was showing us the world of comic books and everything. So it was basically that. Yeah. I think what get me to finally become like, I didn't realize as an immigrant in Mexico, you don't really have the knowledge that you are able to become a comic book artist. Like you don't fathom that it's you don't understand, or you don't know that it's a possibility. It's a job option, right? So it was until I met Humberto Ramos, one of the Spider-Man artists, through some stuff. I mean, you can check out the interview I did with Noah. Shout out to the Zenescope YouTube channel. And I talk a little bit more about that, but that's when I finally decided I wanted to become a comic book artist. Like, it was my dream, when I was growing up.
Who around you on your level in your field do you look up to, admire?
Like, something that is funny, I think, as much as a fan as a creator of comic books, right? So I get excited. Like, I just got to meet yesterday Carla. It was yesterday or the day before that, and I was excited. It's like, oh damn, these guys are crazy, and the people in Zenescope, like the artists you guys hire. I mean, I love their work. I'm a fan of Paul Green's stuff, But other than the artists you work with, I obviously the publishers I work with. Right now, I've been following more manga artists like Junji Ito. Junji Ito is fantastic. Obviously, all the big names, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Demon Slayer, I love it. So yeah, I guess there's so many art outside that you can always learn something from.
Yeah, you very much have the anime style. What's your favorite part about working with Zenescope?
You guys. I mean, the characters are great. I do love the characters. I was my first introduction. It was actually in Mexico to I don't know how or why or when, but I remember cover. I don't remember the name of the artist, but it was the Sky cover of one of these characters. Well, it's this character actually, and I was like, holy shit, this is a great design. Like I have never seen something like that. It's kind of like a Wonder Woman-ish, but she's a princess. It's great. Yeah. So I started looking through it and saw that Scott Campbell, it's actually one of the artists you have worked with, right? And I was impressed. I've been always a fan of Scott's. It was nice to see, like, oh shit, these guys have a whole roster of interesting characters. They look amazing, It was kind of a dream too, to finally be able to work with you guys. And now I'm one year and so months with you, working with you. It's nice.
And now we're hanging out every day.
I know. It's been crazy.
Are you a buyer? Have you been walking around at all? Do you think you'll get anything?
Yes.
I know this is all very overwhelming. San Diego Comic-Con is crazy. It's the Comic-Con,
It's crazy. Like, I didn't fathom there was a party outside after the con is over.
Yeah.
Like, it's blocks and blocks and blocks. Like, for someone that is my first time in this Comic-Con, if you have never been here, it's crazy. It's a party everywhere. It's comic books everywhere. I love it, man. Coming back to your question, yes, I have been buying shit. Like, I know I shouldn't be, but I like more. I'm more into the indie comic book stuff now. Like we have our neighbors here. I buy some stuff from them. Some of the friends I've made through the years working in the industry, I have got some of their stuff. Other artists I admire. I shouldn't be spending money. And now I have to find a One Piece character statue for my girlfriend. So let's see if I found something like that.
How is it meeting your fans? I don't know if this is. Have you done signings before?
I've done signings before, yes, but never with this much interaction. I figured I was going to be sitting at the booth, making some commissions, but every time, like, I haven't been able to actually work on those commissions through because I have to be talking to the fans. I love talking with fans. I love to talking. I don't know. I'm just grateful. It's amazing to see the feedback of your work because you don't actually get to see it working every day. So meeting them and like Kat, we were hanging out with Kat, and the way they talk about my work, I'm bad at taking compliments, but I'm really grateful. Like it's heartwarming, and I'll say like it charges my creative battery. You know, it gives me that I want to make more things. Like if they like it, I want to push the boundaries. I'm right now trying to, or maybe holding myself. I don't know.
We've been trying to get him to get this interview for all week, but every time I look over, he's busy. He's got 10 people around him. Like I said, you're from Mexico City, so please tell us, what is your favorite American food?
My favorite American food. We were just discussing this before before recording. I think like I was telling them I like Five Guys burgers, because it sounds bad, I know, but it's a burger place down in New York.
That's all we got.
I really like that. The fries are amazing in that. But I won't say it's my favorite. My favorite food it's sushi, man. It's sushi. It gotta be sushi. I mean, I draw anime for a reason, you know. I like that culture, you know. So yeah, but American food maybe pizza or pizza is Italian, right? And burgers are German, so and French fries are French.
Everything we have is just Americanized, so it is what it is.
Well, Five Guys, I'll say. Yeah, Five Guys is a good place. Yeah.
Can you explain your logo to me?
The bulldog.
It's a bulldog?
Yeah, it's a bulldog.
Okay, why?
When I started, I have always have dogs in my house, but when I was starting working in the comic book industry, I adopted one French bulldog. Her name was Luna, and bro, that was like my first dog. You know, like I trained her, everything. It was mine because I am a triplet, so usually we take care of the same dog, but it wasn't ours. It was from the house, you know. But this one was mine. So sadly, she passed away a couple of years ago. But she was so full of energy, you know. She was always playing, and bulldogs are kind of ugly, but at the same time they are cute. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, ugly cute.
Yeah, man, and they have like I don't know, like they are fun, you know. Yeah. They are fun to be with. They are energized. They are so. I was looking at my logo. I was working on my logo, and I keep seeing her, and I was like, dude, I have to, like, I love her. So now I decided to go with it. It's like the energy she has, I think I try to project fun and energy, you know, in my drawing. So I guess that's the reason why.
Now all your fans know her too.
The more you know.
All right. That is it. Anything else you want to say to your fans? Or
I think I want to thank Zenescope for having me here. It's been amazing, dude. Honestly, it's been amazing.
We love you.
And
thank you for being here.
And no, thank you so much, man. And everyone that for coming to visit us at the booth.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you guys for being here. Drax Gal. We have made it upstairs to the ballroom, and I am here with...
Well, my real name is Dean Lacrone.
Dean, is this your first time at Comic-Con, or you've been coming here for years?
Been coming here for years. This is my 34th year. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a cartoonist. I'm an actor and a cosplayer.
Yeah.
I was an exhibitor in the small press area for 7 years. I currently show up as a cartoonist to a booth called the Cartoon Art Museum, and I participate in their fundraiser, Sketchathon. We draw for people $10, $20, and it raises money for the museum. It's great. So 2 days of the week, I'm just a mild-mannered cartoonist, Dean Lacrone, not dressed like this, dressed like you. Yeah. And then the other 2 days, I break out my original steampunk character. This is Dr. Artemis Peepers, Dr. Peepers, nice. Like Jeepers Creepers, look at these peepers. And it's an original steampunk character I created, yeah.
Do you make your own costume?
Yeah, some of this I made, some of it was built for me, some of it I purchased.
Okay.
The wings were designed by an engineer friend of mine, and then he showed me how to piece it and put it together. Nice. His name is Bob Mogg. He's really amazing at costume design and props and things like wings. And they retract.
All right, we were on our way to get merch, but we saw these sick costumes, so I thought we'd chat about them. All right, who am I here with?
I'm Ray,
Who's your character?
Lucifer Morningstar.
Lucifer.
Yep, from Has-Been Hotel.
How about you?
I am Ren as Nifty from Has-Been Hotel.
So you guys technically made your costumes?
Yeah, I made the hat and the wings, and then the nails on the gloves. I got everything else off Amazon.
I designed this dress to fit me perfectly, but had a friend make it for me.
How's Comic-Con going so far?
It's great, dude. It's so everyone's so nice, and like it's cool to meet other people who are interested in the same thing as you are.
They gave us pins and bracelets and gifts. It's just really fun. And then also we're getting told that we're sinners, so that's fun.
Yeah, there's a guy preaching over there. So you guys went to a meetup, right?
Yes, right there, yeah.
It was so cool. We had like a big photo shoot and stuff.
Yeah.
It was so great. Everyone's so.
We exchanged a lot of information to contact each other.
Yeah,
It was very fun.
it was fun meeting new people.
Is there a lot of people the same characters as you?
There were like 5 of me.
There were like 4 of me.
How do you think your guys' costumes ranked within the group?
Oh, do I want to be honest? I personally love mine. That's why I made it the way I did. But someone had a whole nifty head to have the eyeball. Some people had more normal clothing items that they put together.
Everyone
to
had
do
their
the
own
outfit.
version.
And it was really fun.
I really liked everyone's.
I
Like I don't think
the makeup.
So you made the wings?
I did.
How did you do that?
Well, I got the mechanical wings, and I got a ton of feathers and a hot glue gun. Spent a lot of hours just like burning my fingers and arranging them, but they turned out. Ooh.
This is what an interview looks like on the dark side. All right, everybody, we are here with
Michael.
Has anybody hit you?
Plenty of people hit me. Most people are very gentle about it, but every once in a while someone didn't quite get the memo and they will just wall up.
All right, everybody, we are here with
Kip Shiotani.
Oh wait, characters or people?
You can do both.
I'm actually Toji.
Yeah. I'm dressed up as Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen.
And I'm Utahime.
So you guys obviously have very extravagant costumes. That's why we pulled you over. Did you guys make them?
Yes.
He did.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
mastermind.
Okay, so
But generally,
concept sketches and
I
film
make
making.
pretty much everything. So this one for this year was more than ever. I sewed all of that.
Yeah.
Sewed all of that.
This is all from scratch.
Sewed all of this. Made this. Like
No pattern.
made the dragon. Made the
No
sword.
pattern, just guesswork.
Yeah. This is all trial and error.
you guys are all from JJK?
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you choose that?
Me.
Yeah. She got us watching it, and we thought. And every year we do a family thing.
Yeah.
Last year was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, we just pick one show, do a family deal, and this year it was JJK.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, it is a very popular anime, but people have thought that I'm from anything else.
Yeah,
I've
they're
got-
asking.
Honestly, when
Never-ending story.
that's what I thought. When I saw you from
way.
a distance. I saw you from a distance. That's what I thought. I'm not gonna
Never-ending
lie.
story.
Understood.
Yeah.
I've gotten Raya and the Last Dragon, and I was like, okay, girl.
Yeah. She got Princess Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke, I was like,
That was a little off for us.
Do you have any sort of background in engineering or anything, like building, arts and crafts? You just into it?
I'll tell you what it was. It's my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally, my father was an artist, and as I grew up, he made everything in our house, like really cool stuff. We had a poker table that pulled out from the ceiling and then hung down. We had swinging chairs that had no legs. We had dumbwaiter. You could take your food from the kitchen and send it down to the basement, right? And he built all that stuff. So I'm watching this and I realize it ain't that hard. Like if you break something, did this right now, if I break something, I will never send it back until I take it apart and see what it looks like inside. And then you realize 9 times out of 10, well, I can fix that.
Thank you guys so much for talking to us. You're all actors, so is there any sort of social media you want to shout out?
Yeah, so I just worked on it's a CBS TV show that's going to be coming in the fall with Kathy Bates. It's called Matlock. So I'll be that's airing in the fall. Yeah.
Congratulations. I am here with.
Lydia DuPont.
So what is your character?
I'm La Morte from the Book of Life.
Book of Life. So you made this costume, yes?
Yes. I finished it this afternoon, like right before I put on my makeup, everything, and then we got...
Have you been wearing anything else the past couple days?
I did Deadpool Bob Ross.
We don't make mistakes. we have happy accidents.
I was going to do a whole death. I've done Hella before, but I needed a break to finish this yesterday.
Do you make all your costumes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any background in fashion or engineering or anything like that?
I mean, I just take like a sewing class, so like
Okay.
I make some clothes, but I've done.
It shows.
Yeah.
So, how long did this take?
I don't know.
Obviously huge. Is it heavy?
A little heavier than I thought it would be.
Okay.
I did one before that was wider.
No
This
way.
is 50 inches, and my previous one was 60. So
Wow.
as wide as I could hold it. So I made this one smaller because we had to travel down and take the trolley.
Crowds. and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a great crowd costume.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, everyone has to look out for me because I can't.
Everybody just walks behind you. You'll be fine,
Yes.
Well, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
In a fight, who do you think's taking who?
I'm C-137. I'm the original Rick, the Rickest of Ricks.
I'll give him that, but I do have the Force.
4, 3, 2, 1. He's gonna say, "You're on my wire." I'm talking to the camera.
What the hell are you saying?
I'm waiting for him to be like, "Hey, there's only 1 hour left." There we go. We're shutting down. We're shutting down. Thank you all for watching. This has been Zenescope at 2024 San Diego Comic-Con. We're always happy to be back. We're happy to be here. We're happy that you're here. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks everybody for coming out and joining us here at San Diego. See you back in Philly.
Hey, Franchini here at the Zenescope booth in San Diego. Just want to thank everybody for coming out. It was an awesome time. Hope you guys, people who jumped into it now are getting addicted, and the people who already read our stuff are loving all the new stuff. Thanks again.
Thank you, fans.
Thank you to everyone that came out. This is my first Comic-Con, so I had an amazing time. Hopefully y'all did too. Can't wait to see you next year. And shout out to Zenescope.
Hey everyone, Noah Mitchell here from San Diego Comic-Con 2024. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, as they say, last hour. I just wanted to say thank you very, very much to all of you wonderful fans and folks who stopped by our booth this week. We had a great time seeing you. Special thanks to all of our VIPs. It was great to connect with you, great to talk about comics and nerd out, geek out. So hope everybody gets home safe and safe travels.
Jason with Zenescope. I want to say a huge thank you to the entire team. Way too many people to name. First and foremost, definitely want to thank my main man, Noah. He and I were at the booth bright and early each and every day. All the VIPs, all the fans, all the collectors, all the readers and so forth. Always had a great time talking to Carol Nadeo when she's out there. I want to point out Carol just because she is my love, my partner in crime when we're out there. And certainly want to thank both of our artists that came to the booth and did signings for us. Carla Cohen, who's just an absolute sweetheart, as you guys know. If you haven't seen Carla at a show with us, I highly recommend. And then my main man, my partner in crime, and Trax Gal, just a breath of fresh air. He was at our booth the entire time at San Diego. I think the man just barely ever took a break. Tight, the guys from UK, they've been our neighbors at San Diego for 10, 12 years now. My main man, Andrew Sumner there, and his entire crew. They do such a great job. But anyway, they're just the best neighbors that we could possibly have. I think that's pretty much it. Looking forward to seeing you guys next year, for sure. Looking forward to seeing, hopefully, everybody that joins us in New York. Anyway, looking forward to it. So hopefully, I'll catch you at the next convention. Later.
Thanks, Comic-Con. You guys are amazing. We love you guys. Peace out.
Hey guys, my name is Drax Gal. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a great show. We have had a great time. I'll see you in Philly. Bye-bye.
Thank you, fans old and new. We're Zenescope, and we love you. And the cameraman made me make up that stupid rhyme. And I don't know where the hell it came from. But thanks for another great San Diego Comic-Con. I hope this doesn't make the cut because I hate looking at myself on camera. But it's almost over. 1 hour left. Then I don't have to see these clowns for a little while. It's going to be great. That clown in particular. Actually, I'll see him tomorrow, unfortunately. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.